Howdy, I'm Grey Pilgrim. Well, as you guys know, I collect guns, lots of them. Well, that's not the only thing I collect. I'm a collector by nature. I like old things, and I've got a collection of antique furniture, rare books, all kinds of stuff, things I'm into. And one thing I got into was, I don't know, as a kid, did you ever play with a Mattel Viewmaster? It's a little gizmo that has like two little lenses on it and a round little slide. You stuff the slide in, and basically the way it works is it's two pictures of whatever you're looking at, one taken at a slightly different angle to the other picture. And it just makes for a really interesting 3D effect on that picture, whatever you're looking at. Well, I collect the great-grandfather of Viewmaster. These. And the slides that go with it. These you can find in some antique stores, usually over by the postcard collection. And they cost a pretty penny these days, but when I first started collecting, they were dirt cheap. And many of them are just scribbled with kids writing on the back of them, or sometimes, God forbid, on the front of them. And what they are the early days of photography with two versions of the same picture at a slightly different angle. You shove this thing into here, like this, like that, then put it up to your face and move the picture in and out until it's in focus. And it's a 3D picture. It's the original CG, as it were. And I've got several of these little viewers, and lots and lots of these things. They usually came in a carrying case like this. And let me open it up. Oh, come on. There you go. See, and these are the kind of pictures you'd get. What's this one? This is the Tower of London and Buckingham Palace. It's as it appeared about, I'd say about 1908. Most of these are pre-World War I. I have pictures of battleships, and some of them are in color. These color ones, basically they took a black and white photograph and they hired an artist to go and color in all of these. They didn't have color photography then. What they had was unemployed artists who could color these things, could ink them in. And if you're really skilled, you can really see their work. Occasionally you'll get ones that are really blotchy because the guy is not that good. I have a few from the Spanish-American War that are like that. Matter of fact, this one's from the Spanish-American War. It is colorized. It's just the faces of the soldiers, but they're sitting around the mess tent in the Philippines during the Spanish-American War and dressed in the correct uniforms of that period. It's kind of interesting. I have a few of faux charges of soldiers where they're staging a military action just for the camera. But in the late Victorian and early Edwardian period, people would sit around in the parlor and view different pictures. And you could buy pictures of tours of the world, or famous actors and actresses of the era, or politicians, or kings and queens, or perhaps insurrections, wars, and the things like that. I have pictures like this of Cairo and the pyramids, the Sultan's Palace, Constantinople, and a few early World War I ones featuring things like tanks. Well, I'm going to splice in a little film here. I tried to take a picture down the lens, one of the lenses of this thing, to the pictures it's displaying, to see if you could see it. Anyway, take a look at the following clip. It's a little funky. I'm not a CG expert. I'm not anything. I'm just trying to show what I collect, and I collect these. By the way, the inspiration for this particular video came from another YouTuber who goes by the Czar's Tailor. He was over visiting the other day and suggested I try it. I thought, well, that sounds like an interesting idea. these cards were usually produced everywhere. I mean, anybody who had a camera would go out and figure out how to make these. And if you look in history books at pictures of, oh, here's Queen Victoria, or here's Edward the First, or whoever, you know, anybody from the 19th century on, Teddy Roosevelt or whatever, the picture you're looking at probably came from one of these, and it's just one side of one of these that's plastered into your history book, because these were everywhere. These were the new hotness of the about 1909. Matter of fact, this is a U.S. battleship, this particular one, which is kind of interesting. I don't know which one, but and it has a description on the back here of what it is. Anyway, just another one of my weird hobbies. You know, if you like this, well, pass it around. You know, like it and stuff. You know, and stuff. Anyway, and by the way, watch the Czar's Tailor. He's an up-and-comer, and he's kind of good. You know, he's absolutely a genius when it comes to making uniforms from like the Crimean War. It's amazing what this guy does. And, you know, he's got an interesting life behind him, even if he is a kid. So, anyway, that's what I've got to say. Happy trails. I don't know if this will work or not. Does that work? Let's see. Oh, come on now. Oh, get over here. Sorry about that. Let's see. There. Is that in focus? I think that's in focus. Yeah. And this some young girls, you notice it's in color. This is color because it's hand painted. Same with this one. This is an interesting one. These are some troops in the Philippines during the Spanish-American War, or the Philippine Campaign. The faces are all hand-painted. Here's a picture of a U.S. battleship. Let's get it in there. There. Pretty cool, huh?